Hi, my name is Andre, and I'm from the production crew, and today we'll be asking the real questions. Excuse me, Miss Moody.
Yes.
What what mistake have you made in your life that you've learned from?
I would say there was a high school that I really wanted to attend that had more diversity than my current high school or when I was in eighth grade. So my dad ended up keeping me in that middle school that transitioned into a high school. And I wish I would have advocated for myself more. I wish I would have looked up their number and actually made a phone call to show how serious I was. I think that would have made my high school experience just better in terms of a healthy and wholesome social experience.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
What is one mistake that you've faced in your life that you've learned from?
Well, one mistake that I've learned in my life that I've learned from is I have made the mistake in the past of dwelling on regrets, meaning I did something wrong, and instead of just taking new action to make something better, I sit there and think about all the things I did wrong. But every moment that I'm thinking about what I did wrong could be a moment that I'm starting to do things right. So the mistake I made was dwelling in regret.
Excuse me, Miss Hyatt.
Yes.
What is one mistake that you faced in your life that you've overcome or learned from?
That's a very good question. Okay, so for me, it was when something upsets me and I'll be coming in a place of powerless, and the way I would approach it, I did not like and how it made me feel. So whatever is happening in my life, if I answer it with power and find the power within to say, okay, how do I approach this in a way that I can deal with it powerfully? And that changed how I feel, and it changed how I approached the situation, and it gave me solution that I never thought of.
Hi, Alana. What is one mistake that you made in your life that you learned from?
The one mistake that I have made and that I have learned from is that, so when I was like 7 or 8, I never got stung by a bee before, and everyone always cries about it and cries and says it hurts. So I was like, in my little dumb self, so I was like, I want to see how that feels like. So I was swimming in a pool at some place, I remember, and there was a bee right there, so I was like, ooh, and then I realized that it stung and hurt so bad, and my dad was like, see, told you it would hurt, but you wouldn't listen to me.
Hey, Lilo, what is one thing that you've experienced in your life that you've learned from?
One thing in my life that I've learned from is I need to speak up more. A lot of times in elementary school specifically, I've gotten bullied, been kind of like a pushover for some things because I didn't speak up about them. I remember this one time in school, I think first grade, there were these two kids. I had these gel pens. I thought they were really cool. The worst part was they were my dad's. He already knows. Hi, Dad. So they took them, and I just let it happen because I didn't want to get in trouble, because I knew if I screamed about it, I'd get in trouble. So I tried my best not to be too worried about it until I just got sick of it, and I decided to just take them back from them. I didn't get in specific trouble, but for those who know, chart thing, green, purple, blue, red, yellow. I got on yellow. That wasn't my normal thing.
Excuse me, Mr. Bryan?
Yes.
What is one mistake that you made in your life that you've learned from?
One of the biggest mistakes I made in my life is trying to impress others when I should be trying to impress myself. And, just be yourself, be real, and, you attract what you attract by just being cool.
What is one mistake that you learned from in your life?
Never kick a bee's nest.
Nor throw a stick at it.
Why
Do not agitate it.
would you think it would be a good idea to do that?
Boredom.